In May 2026, millions of young people organized a massive digital political movement overnight, the direct fallout of a single misstep by the highest-ranking judge. The spark happened during a routine hearing inside the Supreme Court of India. Chief Justice Surya Kant was dismissing a petition he considered frivolous. In his frustration, he directed his ire at the country's youth, claiming that those who fail to find stable employment turn into social media or RTI activists to attack the system. He called them parasites of society, and specifically, cockroaches. The remark traveled from the courtroom to social media timelines within hours. The Chief Justice eventually issued a clarification, stating he was misquoted and was only criticizing individuals practicing law with fake degrees. He insisted he viewed the youth as the pillars of a developed India, but the apology could not neutralize the insult. For a generation dealing with record unemployment and severe inflation, being compared to a household pest captured exactly how they felt the state viewed their struggle. Instead of traditional protest, 30-year-old public relations graduate Abhijit Dipke leaned into the absurdity. He went on X and asked a simple question: what if all cockroaches come together? Within 24 hours, he launched the Cockroach Janta Party, a satirical play on the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. Using AI tools to build a website and branding, the movement drew tens of thousands of followers instantly, with hundreds of thousands signing membership forms in a matter of days. The party's eligibility criteria reflected the judge's own descriptions. You had to be unemployed, by force, choice, or principle. You had to be lazy, chronically online, and possess the ability to rant professionally. What started as an internet joke quickly gained political momentum. High-profile opposition members of parliament, like Mahua Moitra, publicly requested to join the ranks, lending the satirical front a layer of real-world credibility. By adopting the insult as their own, these users stripped the word of its power. They converted a symbol of disgust into a collective digital identity, forcing traditional institutions to engage with a demographic that refused to be shamed. The sarcasm and memes are effective, but they mask a deepening structural crisis. This chart compares unemployment by education level. The graduate unemployment rate is 29.1%. Degree holders are 9 times more likely to be jobless than those without schooling. Every year, 8 million new graduates enter an economy failing to generate formal jobs. Even elite institutions are struggling. At the prestigious Indian Institutes of Technology, long considered a guaranteed path to a career, thousands of recent engineering graduates have been unable to find work. The Cockroach Janta Party tapped into this precise economic anxiety. It gave a voice to a demographic that followed all the rules, only to watch the value of their degrees collapse. That frustration was already spilling into the streets. In the week leading up to the Chief Justice's remarks, students launched nationwide protests after massive medical entrance exam paper leaks forced a government cancellation. While the national economy grows, the gains remain concentrated at the top. There is a pervasive feeling among young voters that the system is rigged to benefit a select handful of billionaire industrialists. This distrust extends to the judiciary. Over the past several years, the practice of rewarding retiring Supreme Court judges with immediate political appointments has fueled public perception that the courts are no longer independent from the government. To the public, the Chief Justice's remarks read as an insult from an insulated elite, mocking the very people suffering under the failures of a system he oversees. The mobilization around a bug-themed political party is the byproduct of a generation losing faith in the promise of meritocracy and the gatekeeping institutions meant to protect it. Despite the lazy youth branding, the CJP quickly released a formal 5-point political manifesto focused on structural reform. Their most pointed demand targeted judicial accountability. They called for a legal ban to prevent any retired Chief Justice from accepting a seat in the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of Parliament. The manifesto also demanded 50% reservation for women in cabinet positions, lifetime bans for politicians who defect from their parties, and strict investigations into the bank accounts of media anchors perceived as government mouthpieces. Wrapping these critiques in internet humor creates a strategic advantage. Traditional political opponents struggle to suppress a movement identifying itself as a pest. Satire has become an active political shield, allowing marginalized voices to critique power while remaining difficult for the state to target using conventional methods. Organizers are already moving beyond social media. Reports indicate that CJP supporters plan to field an actual candidate in a regional assembly by-election, testing whether digital noise can translate into real votes. This push toward electoral politics follows a decade where the space for physical, street-level protest has been steadily restricted by authorities. Digital spaces like the Cockroach Janta Party provide a decentralized environment where millions can gather and voice dissent without facing immediate physical repercussions. This aligns with a global trend. Across several countries, younger generations are utilizing meme formats and internet subcultures to bypass traditional political gatekeepers entirely. When formal democratic avenues fail to absorb an educated generation, they don't go quiet. They redirect that energy into their own absurd, decentralized alternatives.